What's poppin', people? It's your boy Shaq, aka oh wait, hold on, I'm not. I almost forgot. Wait, where is it? Where is it? Okay, I didn't even mean to disrespect y'all like that. Hold up, I gotta keep that shit on me. I can't react or watch ReZero without it. Yeah. All right. I know it's about to get hot in here. I'm gonna look.
Sorry, pretty warm, actually.
You know, I'll turn this off.
We're right next to the air.
Yeah. Anyway, it's your boy Black Noski Subaru, and today I'm here with my boy Chaudhry.
Here.
And we're gonna be reacting to ReZero Season 3, Episode 10. Now, look, I'm not gonna talk a lot of shit. I'm not gonna make like the beginning super long. Y'all already know how this goes. I'm bricked up. He's bricked up.
Full mast.
You're bricked up. Let's be bricked up together.
If you're of age. If you're over 18.
And watch ReZero Season 3, Episode 10. What's the name of this episode? Doesn't matter. Begin. Dude, I love the expressions in their faces, like how well it's like drawn. And Felix isn't even like a combat type, so there's nothing she can do. Ooh, okay, she got them angles. Oh, got them angles on her. Oh, yoy. She fucking ate that shit. Oh my god, bro. Oh my god. Dude. Imagine a fucking villain able to do that to you, bro. Bro. She was immediately able to stop and be like, oh, is this not enough? Ay.
I said, Phoenix, you do not have that shit.
Doing that in Crucia's fucking visage and in her voice is so fucking traumatic. Hey! Anastasia! Let's fucking go! Ooh, I love how it sounds. Oh, she took a little bit of it. Oh, crazy. Right? Oh, let's go. Damn. Oh shit, this is JJK season 2. No, I'm playing. Oh my god, dude, the anime. Ow!
My boy.
Oh wait, this. Matrix redefined. Oh, you can see his eyes a little bit. No, opening. It's gonna be the. I fucking knew it was gonna be the opening. God damn it! This is the only thing that like I don't think is like great about season 3 is that we get openings. that's literally it. That's literally it. Timestamp 4:54. Whoa! Peak fight. Damn!
He's just been getting cooked
bro.
the whole time.
Damn! Damn, bro! Imagine getting kicked by Reinhardt.
Put him in the moon. Get him out of here.
Oh! Fucking flash stepping him. Ooh! Bro, dude, one of the most hyped up fights in all of ReZero, bro. Oh my god, the animation! Let's go! That's looking mad nice. Oh my god, that's mad pretty. Shit. Yo, what the fuck? That looks so dope. And that's the same thing that Mother Fortuna used on him when they first met in Elior Forest. Yo. Subaru likes to, like, name Amelia's attacks. Or they create attacks in it. Oh god, the quickness! Damn, dude. Imagine if that Subaru return my death. Damn! Nope.
本当に人の話を聞かない女だな。何をしても無意味なんだよ。僕は完璧な完成された人間だ。
Perfect, a complete human.
僕にこれ以上もこれ以下もない。満たされてるなんてあなた大嘘つきだわ。あなたの言ってることは欲しい欲しいもっと欲しいってすごく身勝手なことばっかりだもの。
Crazy. Yeah! Let her cook!
奥さんたちをもっと大事にして。あんな風に縛り付けてそれで諦めさせてそれからあ、わかった。私あなたのこと大嫌いだわ。
Hey! Let's go, Amelia! Nigga's fucking face.
エミリアさんよく言ったけど一旦下がろう。でもあいつの無敵のからくりが解けないうちは倒せない。俺たちがやらなきゃいけないことを間違えちゃダメだ。
I'll tell you, if Subaru can figure out what makes what Regulus's authority is. Oh my god, bro! Are you fucking kidding me?
He's picked up the leg.
Because remember, Regulus is not affected or, like, detained by the concepts of reality. He exists outside of that. Bro can pick up a mass of water and put it in whatever fucking form that he wants and make it interact with the world however he fucking wants. Look at, oh my god, bro. This is so well produced. The level of detail, like, I swear to God, man. Like, for my novel readers, it's like we're able to finally see Arc 5 being animated. Bro just walking. bro just walking on it, but he's walking so briskly.
He just blinded,
bro, that's gonna be a fucking meme later. Come on, Amelia! Let's go!
Unfortunately, she does not have it on.
There, oh, yeah, she. Oh, okay. Oh, bro, wait, yo, he gotta have that aura right now. He's an aura farming.
He's farming.
Bro was. Hey, yo. I gotta silence my phone. Animation, everything on point this episode so far. Oh, okay, with the whip. Okay, that was a spear just above him. Ooh. Damn. Bro, I love how, despite how dark this shit is, there could be like some decent comedy. Kick him in the vitals. Kick him in the balls, both failed.
どこだよ。そんなものはないっていい加減気づけよ。浮気女と真男が。
Like, the way that he can literally interact with the world around him is ridiculous. Oh! Reinhardt! Yeet! Hey, yo, nah. Don't get hit by that. That's gonna be a quick restart, bro.
He wakes up right at that square again.
God damn. Bro. Dude, ReZero's power fucking system is insane. Oh, is this... Does that count as a projectile? Whoa! My boy. Beak! Yo, sends him into his own attack. Okay. Still unaffected. And like, this is how many steps Subaru was thinking ahead. He was like, what are every possible, like, conceivable way to beat him could be, or to challenge his invulnerability. And he told Reinhardt in advance, like, hey, let's try this, let's try this. Let's go. Little king. And here's when it starts. I'm telling you, Subaru is so much more intelligent than people think. Oh my god, dude, this is fucking peak, bro. Oh, they had the fucking cut there, bro. Oh, this shit's so peak. And look, I don't care what anybody says, I'd fucking smash Sirius right now, bro. Nah, they made Sirius a little bit too bad. For her to be wrapped in bandages, bro. Come on. Am I mistaken, or they don't have the same VAs, do they? Oh, no! Interesting how Priscilla isn't affected by Wrath's authority. Oh, okay! Whoa! Okay, yeah!
Like a child. Chris Hansen? No.
No, she's 21. Don't ask how I know that, chat. Just like read the fucking novel. Oh my god. She said, I consented to a kiss as much as you did. Bro, this is the whole, by the way, this is the only fucking fan service y'all gonna get, so. Oh, my readers, y'all know. Oh my god, fat ass titties, bro.
まれ一つになることの喜びよ。
Ooh. Let's go! Woo!
貴様の賛同者たちは
The young sodo.
よくしてまで愛の証明に付き合うつもりはないようじゃな。
Sorry, chat, that like I'm
それ
so
を正気に戻せ。それが
I'm a bit quiet in certain parts. I'm just so locked in.
やれなくば死ぬるのみ。貴様の喉に全員の命がかかると思え。誉れであろう。
And this little like visual effect of like the flame particles in the background is so pretty.
そうそうそう。あなたと分かり合うことこそがこたびの私への試練なのでは。
The new trial.
改めて私は魔女教滞在司教フンド担当シリウス・ロマネ・コンティ。不変の愛であなたを包みます。
Oh my god. Bro, this
試練を乗り越えた時私はあなたの愛に焼かれるです。
man.
わらわの気は長くない。急げよ。ダメ。
Okay, it's scrap time. Come on, let's see. Come on, Priscilla. Ooh, okay. Let's see. Ooh, pretty. Okay. Yeah, like having like a long range like weapon like that, it can be a little difficult. Like when you're only fighting with a sword. Subdue the masses while like they have a fight to the death with the fucking Archbishop. Like this season is actually so insane, my guys.
こんなに固くなな方は初めてですよ。あなたの心をこんなにも固く閉ざしたのは一体何が原因なのでしょう。貴様にわらわの胸の内を明かすなど不可能よ。
And Priscilla is always fucking evolving. She's such a great character.
私はあなたを救いたいのです。弱みを見せないことが強くあることだと思い違いしていませんか。他者とつながり合い寄り添うことで初めて見える頂きはあるのです。よくもまあ臆面もなく
Again, sorry, chat. We're so fucking locked
こ
in.
んな思考はいかが。アイリスとイバラの王。
What? Oh, they referenced that? I forgot. Oh my god, dude.
よそ見とはいただけないね。
Damn.
勘違いするなよ、ケンセイ。遊んでやってたのは僕の心の広さと余裕のおかげだ。
He feels nothing.
でも優しい僕にだって限度があるんだからさ。どうやらスバルの推測は正しかったらしい。空に落ちる気分を味わったことはある。
Oh.
ライアルド。すまない。君の推測で正しい。彼の心臓は動いていない。
Oh my god.
すまない。少し。
Oh, is this what it happens? Oh my god.
次は私たちの番。どう戦うの？
エミリアだ。
Bro, the fact that Subaru can keep up with these types of fights, despite being a fucking regular human dude, is fucking insane, bro.
今度こそ命乞いの相談かな。
Ooh, and this OST.
今さら僕なのさ。
Ah,
気づいてるか？お前、今確実に詰められてるんだぜ。
that black head. Oh my god.
聞かせてやるよ。お前には聞く権利がある。ほら、好きだろ、権利。
Oh, here we go.
聞く権利？ああ、なんせ自分がどうやって負けるのか知らないで負けたら悔しくって死んじまうだろう。
Damn.
お前、勝つよ。あいつに吠えすら書かせてね。
Oh my god.
その後、もう一回お姫様抱っこさせて。
Dude, this is peak, bro. Look at Amelia blushing and shit. All Huma. Yeah, that's insane work. Remember, guys, Amelia's capacity for magic is retarded.
永遠に攻撃してれば僕が根負けするとでも。
Woo!
レグルス
Oh, look at Chad Brew.
正体を知ってるぞ
We're up there like he picked a
面
lemon.
白いこと言う
Yes,
じゃ
sir.
ない
He's farming.
君なんかが僕を理解し
Not
た
that
と
hard,
言
but
い
like.
出すわけ待て君79番はどこへ
Doesn't even fucking know Amelia's
答
name.
えなよ79番
Or, oh, actually, no, it was number 70.
うわ本気で奥さん番号で呼んでる事実にドン引きだわつうか答えると思うなんで頭お気楽トンボなの
I love, dude. Oh my god.
必死で話題そらしてんの
Yeah, he's worried about him.
言ってみなよいや君みたいな人間の言葉信じる価値はないけどさ
A human like you.
慈
Huh.
悲深いんだ慈悲深い
Dude, this OST this season has been.
話さないのそれとも話せないのかなその場しのぎの嘘っぱちだっていうのならいや答えてやるよレグルスお前の権能の正体それは
Oh,
ゲームプレイ中のスタートボタンってやつだ
yeah. Yup. But only he would know what that means.
一体の時間を止める
Oh,
レズの心臓そう言い換えてもいいぜ
Subaru is some fucking
ああ
genius, bro.
10
No! That's the end of the episode! Fuck! Oh my god, dude. No, 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 there's more. There has to be more. There has to be more. There has to be. Yeah, oh, there's a little bit more. There's a little bit more. There's a little bit more. Timestamp 23:15.
アイリスと
Iris.
バラの
Yeah. We're about to get some lore. Chat, we're getting lore. Anime only's lock in.
死ぬがよい
God, bro.
She talked mad shit to get bodied there.
Dude, no, this episode was like, it's so short. This is the only thing.
She said, you need to die, and then gets done like that immediately.
Bro, this is the only thing that, like the cliffhangers in Arc 5 were actually like so fucking uncalled for, bro. Cause what made Arc 5 so easy for me to read, like to get through, was that because it was always like being shown from the perspective of everybody else and not just Subaru, you'd be not even mid-fight with like two other characters, right? It's like, let's say Garth and Wilhelm versus Teresia and Kurgan, right? It's like, oh, they start throwing hands, one person gets bodied, the other person starts to get the upper hand, the other one, right as they start to like, you know, get like some type of resolve to like, all right, wait, no, I can't be losing now. Right when I'm about to do something like crazy, there's another fight. Okay, I'm gonna say this right now. I've mentioned this to you, of course, but Arc 5 is extremely underrated. And it's only because the arcs that came before and after happen to have been two of the best arcs in the entire series. Just period. And Arc 5 gets a little slept on because people are like, damn, bro, we just came from like Arc 4, which has some of the most peak moments in all of ReZero. The very first time that Subaru could ever tell anyone about Return by Death. Arc fucking 4. The first time that we realized someone knew already about his Return by Death. Arc 4. It's like all the things that you wouldn't have expected to happen in the series start to unravel in Arc 4. So that's why Season 2, despite, you know, it's like not everyone like kind of locked in and like got everything from it. It's just understanding that there's so much shit that actually went down that was crazy to think about in hindsight in Arc 4, specifically Season 2, that we won't be able to relive that type of moment in later arcs. Mm-hmm. Like, knowing that someone knew about his Return by Death since the very beginning was like, well, shit. How would you react, like, when someone has been literally manipulating you, knowing what you can do to an extent? Like, oh, that you can redo shit. That's one of the many reasons why Arc 4 is still praised as one of the best arcs of ReZero. You follow it with Arc 5, then go into arc 6. I'm not gonna say anything about arc 6. It just has all, like, my readers, y'all already know arc 6 it's not even that arc 6 has the best moments of ReZero. It just has too many peak moments. That's the only reason why it's like the best arc. It's like if you took the very peak moments of every single arc of ReZero by like up until now and put it into one arc, and you didn't know that you were about to keep getting back-to-back fucking bangers, yeah, no shit. Like, you're not gonna be expecting the arc to be as good as it is. But I digress. I'm not gonna keep rambling, but suffice to say, I think that arc 5 is a masterclass in what Tape was able to do that early on, right? When we think about it, arc 5 was already finished, and it was already done by the time that season 2 was being animated.
Yeah.
So this has been out for a while. So as far as like understanding how well of a action writer Tape could be, this was the first time that we got to see it. And part of what made getting through arc 5 so easy for me was the fact that every single chapter left like dude, almost every other fucking page had a fucking cliffhanger. I'm like, oh no, I gotta keep going. I gotta see, like, oh, fucking Regulus like and Reinhardt are fighting. What part of you would not want to see that entire battle? Oh, Garfield and like Wilhelm are fighting like two people who were dead, who are like extremely powerful beings, like from like their respective times. Like, dude, like Wilhelm's entire reason for fighting this far and this long on Crucia's camp because he know that her goal was eventually to like kill the White Whale. He teamed up with her. He was like, yeah, look, I gotta avenge my wife. My goals align with yours. Let's fucking get this shit done. He avenges his wife by killing the thing responsible for her death. But then we find out in season 3 that, like, oh, why did she die? She was supposedly like the strongest swordsman, right? And it's because right at that moment, right when the fight was supposed to happen, the way that the divine protection of the sword saint works is it just gets passed on without any inclination of when it's going to happen to the next predecessor. Reinhardt was literally fucking 7 years old. Then he just got the power.
He became him immediately.
Yeah, he became him immediately. And it's like, Wilhelm, like, how could you blame Wilhelm for feeling the way he did? Because he wasn't even at the fight. For, like, not being able to be there to watch his wife die. He just heard about it because he was, like, fighting another battle somewhere else. It's like when you factor in that every single character in ReZero has a fucking fleshed out backstory, it starts to make sense when Subaru's not in the picture how well the world can keep moving without seeing him all the time. Because they've already established all of these characters and built up all of these stories that not all of them are even interconnected. Each one has their individual stories. And by this point in season 3, we know just enough to be like, well, shit, I can understand why, like, the fight between Wilhelm and this random, like, underling of a Sin Archbishop means so much. It was so crazy that, like, in my I mentioned this in, like, my things to know before watching ReZero season 3 about how there was a conversation between Wilhelm and Subaru when he's like, oh, like, I have a wound that opened up and it won't heal, and it was given to me by, like, my wife, the holder of the divine protection of the Shinigami, or death god. There's no way that anyone else can have that ability because, like, she was the only one who had it. So that's causing some concern. When Garfield was with Mimi in the city and got attacked by those, like, witch cultists who were masked, oh, crazy, we like, Garfield can heal people. Like, his healing is on par, if not better, than Rem's. And we know that, like, Rem could heal, like, fairly considerable, like, wounds. And when Mimi was injured by that slice from the witch cultist, he got back to the fucking, like the bunker, was like, yo, like, it's my fault. Like, I can't stop the bleeding. Like, what's going on? And immediately, like, the fucking best healer, Felix, is like, it won't close. Like, we can't stop this. And that's when, if you know,
Yeah, piece together.
yeah, you're like, oh shit. Wait, whoa. And then now it makes sense why Wilhelm is so determined to fight this specific person. He's like, that's my wife. Not only did, like, I just recently avenged my wife, like, a year ago, but now her corpse, like, her soul is being sullied by being controlled by some fucking witch. No shit, the fight between him and his wife.
Got some tension in there.
Yeah, dude. And that's just one character, chat. Like, I don't say this shit is peak for no reason. It's like, it gives you every reason to understand each character, understand, like, the world building. It doesn't even have to have the best story. Like, I think that the story is fucking immaculate, but, like, what's more important in this series, what makes this series to me, is its characters. It's because the characters are so consistent, they're so well written and so well explored, that we're even able to have a story. And just going into Arc 5 and seeing how everyone is involved. Think about this, chat. Season 1, up until episode 18, was the build-up of Subaru's character. Episode 18, from Zero, is when the prologue ended, and we actually started this series. How did season 1 end, chat? It ended with Subaru overcoming, like, some adversity and defeating a Sin Archbishop and a great mob beast, being the White Whale. That was the climax of season 1. And then who's Rem? When we take that and put it in perspective, season 2 was gathering or assembling the Avengers. We didn't realize it at the time, but going to the Sanctuary, Garfield, Roswell, Frederica, Otto, Amelia, Beatrice, getting all of those characters not only to be on our side, but to trust us enough to be like, this is our team. So it makes sense when you look back. Damn, season 2, this motherfucker was going through it. He went through so much shit to build his team. He lost one of the most important people to him, being Rem. But in doing that, he went through so much shit, but to gain, like, the trust and love of not just one, not two, but a multitude of people. That's why in season 3, the Amelia camp, Subaru, Amelia, Roswell, Petra, Frederica, Beatrice, did I say Otto? No. Otto. It's like, we built up the team, and Garth. Like, we built up the team. And we know that because they went through, like, the worst shit together, and they overcame it. While also, what else happened in season 2? They didn't overcome a witch cultist. They survived the trials of a witch. And defeated one of the most problematic existences in ReZero. The great hair, or like the white rabbit. Within, and like, you know, like time frame wise, even though like Subaru lives longer than other people, like time frame wise, he went to the Sanctuary not even like a day or two, like 3 days after beating Juice and like the fucking White Whale.
So for everyone else, they're like, damn,
yeah,
he
so,
got
like,
it on him.
Exactly. So it makes sense that after a year, like time skip after a year, we get to season 3. And now Subaru just seems so competent. He's not going to be struggling as much. He's not going to be despairing as much. I mean, like, for what we've gotten, because he's been through so much.
He's used to it.
Yeah, he's starting to value his life. He trusts and believes in his comrades, his allies. And I think I think Arc 5 is one of the perfect expressions of a character's growth and development over the course of 3 seasons in an anime, because this is the first time that we've gotten to see Subaru not be the center point of the story. Other people can act independently and then still make progress. We're not like relying on Subaru to return by death anymore. He's only died 3 times this whole season. And I'm not saying that, like, you know, he may not die again, but for what we've seen, bro has just been fucking going. He's understood that after talking to the witches in season 2, hey, return by death isn't like a curse. It's a way to not like limit your fate and your options. If Subaru were to die in a situation, or if his fate were to be like set in stone, Satella made sure that he would never meet a brick wall. His checkpoints may seem random, and they kind of are, but Satella gives him enough time to be able to fix what he needs to overcome. Even if it's a day away, a week away, or in the case of season 3, his checkpoint was 15 minutes before shit went down. And I'm not saying this is exactly how it works, but let's say that if Satella had that much faith in Subaru to be like, all right, you don't need that much time. You can do this. Why do you think I think that it builds so much more on the checkpoints being random, because you never know how much time is needed to overcome something. He still has to figure out what's happening and how to deal with it. But what happened in this season? He's had the shortest checkpoint by far in the entire series. 15 minutes from when he died. Yet, look at how far he's gone without dying.
Yeah.
That is progression. He did, like, something happens, he doesn't despair immediately. He's like, oh, fuck, okay, plan it out. So, I know that was very long-winded, guys. I just wanted to say how much I haven't even begun to break the surface of how great Arc 5 is, but do not sleep on Arc 5. No one should sleep on Arc 5. It is by far one of the most action-packed seasons, and it has so many lore drops. And like, I'm telling you, man, something that they mentioned in this episode, I'm gonna like not spoil anything, but it's not gonna be relevant until like season 4. At least. And the part of season 4 that is going to be relevant to isn't even in the beginning. It's like some later end of season 4 shit, assuming if they take 2 arcs and put them together. They drop shit that, like, it's so well thought out. I'm like, I forgot. I didn't even remember that a certain thing was mentioned in Arc 5. And I'm like,
because it's like relevant in the next one? Or?
It's relevant like 2 arcs from now. It's like if something got brought up in season 1 and we're seeing it in season 3. You're like, wait, what? You were thinking that far in advance? It's like the same energy as Attack on Titan with like their level of like writing, like,
yeah,
hey,
like
foreshadowing.
I'll see you later, Aaron.
Yeah, like that type of shit. Like literally, it's in ReZero, and although the translations aren't always doing like Crunchyroll doesn't always do the translations right. I'm not telling everybody to just go and read it. Like, yes, I would recommend you guys read it. I'm gonna have the link to Witch Cult translations in the description for you guys to check out. They have sections where you can find literally like, okay, this is season 1, season 2, season 3, or like, oh, this is where season 2 ends. Here's what you want to read after season 2. They have it laid out all like that. Very, very easy to follow, but the level of writing, it only gets better. And I have never seen a series that has only been on an upward spiral, like, or trajectory when it comes to like the level and quality of the writing. It only gets better. There has never been a series other than like Attack on Titan that I have consumed that has a consistently high level of writing and a good pace, and you never feel like something is like, oh, okay, this part's a little slow.
Like, it only just gets more and more invested.
Yeah.
Like, you just get more invested as you keep going in.
Absolutely.
Because then you see, like, how things tie into stuff in the past, and then you know, going forward, that's going to continue, but on, like, a much more complex level, and the characters are going to get explored further.
Absolutely.
I feel like ReZero and Attack on Titan share where, like, no character is, which I see in a lot of, like, anime, there's a lot of characters that are there for, like, a specific purpose, or they're very one note.
Mm-hmm.
Like, for another piece of media, like Arcane.
Okay.
Isha. That is the most one-note fucking character. And I was like, I mean, I was crying when she died. But
yeah, like they did it well.
But at the same time, that is a one-note character. Her whole purpose was to die to make... I guess nothing even really came of it.
Yeah,
but,
which is like, you know, Arcane, that's a different topic.
Yeah.
That's different
but, like,
conversation.
That's what I like about, like, shows like ReZero and AOT, where, like, And to another extent, like Game of Thrones, where none of the characters feel wasted because they feel less like a character and more like a person, and you're just watching a story unfold, and they aren't one note or one dimensional. They are well-rounded, complex. You might not like them, but you can at least see that they are a well fleshed out character, even if you don't like them as like a person. You can still respect that like the writer put the work in to make this character a whole person.
And I'll like add on to that, like especially with Game of Thrones, because I was never spoiled about Game of Thrones, and like I know guys, you know, this is ReZero video, but like I want you know we yap on here. Like I go into full detail as to how I feel, why I feel, and what I feel. Right. When I went into Game of Thrones, like my boy Chaudhry's like he like got me like hey, look, let's fucking binge this shit. And then we watched every fucking episode up until like season 6.
The end of season 6, because I like to pretend that it ended right then and there.
So yeah, and like something that I noticed, and like I was telling like my boy from the very beginning, like regardless of how the story was progressing, I always gave like my opinions about different characters.
Yeah.
And like how I was feeling in real time with them and for them. And I'd say like, okay, I can see this. I can see how this trope is probably gonna go. Like, oh, this person may get redeemed, or like something. Like regardless of what I thought I was gonna be able to deduce. Going into the series, I didn't put so many chips into the basket of, hey, can I predict this character? Like, how easily predictable is this series? Or, oh, like, is this going to be like another cookie cutter like series? Something that I enjoyed very heavily about Game of Thrones was the fact that the more world building they presented, like it only made the characters' goals and intentions make more sense, in how like these characters exist in this world and not the world is written around the characters.
Yeah.
And I really love series like that, because you can have characters that are like one or two note and like they only serve one specific purpose. But what makes a series for me like very, very worth consuming and finishing is if the characters feel real.
Yeah.
Like, could you see the characters doing like, or like the shit that they do in the series? Does it make sense that they're doing this, or is it like, oh, they're written to be this way, or
like,
oh, or like,
are they moved by the plot, or do they move the plot?
Right, and I think for a lot of these series that I love, the characters move the plot.
Yeah,
because
my goat, like, Jamie Lannister.
Yeah, and like
best redemption arc.
I think he's like one of like the best characters in Game of Thrones for free.
And I think like connecting to like ReZero, like Jamie Lannister, character that at first you hate him. He is, the first thing you see of him is him being like arrogant, boning his sister, shoving a kid out a window, and then he's just like very irredeemable about it, where he stands 10 toes on what he did, and then you learn that like, oh, he is an oathbreaker, betrayed the king, and the more you learn about him, the more you hate him, until you learn about him from himself,
right?
And then you see his motivations, and then suddenly he is not redeemed immediately, but you see the change in him, and you understand why he does what he does, and then who he wants to become. And I feel like that reminds me of like season 1 of ReZero. I barely got through it because I hated Subaru. I was so like, just like tired of him. I was like, kill him. Permadeath.
And he's the main character too, so it's just like,
I'm like, no Jon Snow shit, don't bring him back, permadeath him. Make the main character someone else. And then, but like watching him grow, understanding why he is the way that he was, and then seeing how he decided, like, seeing the motivations for change and why a character is the way they are at first, makes them a lot more compelling as you keep watching it, because you get more invested into that character. And like, whereas at first, I fucking hated him.
I get it.
By the end of, by like mid-season 1, or by like towards like season 2 starting, mid-season 2, I was like, yeah, I actually like him now. I like him. I like the fact that he's grown, and you also see what made him like that in the first place. So it's like, I didn't like him, but I understand him, and I can appreciate the character more.
And I think you summed it up very well. Like I think that's one of the epitomes of why people love this series and why they like Subaru as a character, because you're not like, liking and loving a character and like hating them, like it doesn't fucking matter like what your opinion on the character is. But if a character is written in a way for you to understand like them, like what they've been through and understand like how they act, if it's in any way, shape, or form able to affect your emotions, like you see Subaru, like you said, he didn't like Subaru in the beginning. If you can write a character and to make people not like him or not like them on purpose, only to have them redeem themselves in certain ways to make the viewer more likely to acknowledge the character's shortcomings, but to wish and like look forward to their progress. That's amazing, man. Because then what happened? You just got invested into a character. Because if you go from hating someone like, oh yeah, I don't care what fucking happens to this character, but then you get like just enough a little spice and a little season, you're like, oh man, I may have hated this character, but now I see why. For me, that character was Beetlejuice. I think a lot of people can agree. Like when we first saw Juice,
you're not meant to like him.
Yeah, honestly, I think that he has one of the most hyped up, well done, reveals of a final boss in any form of like media, because up until that point, we've only heard shrapnels and little bits pertaining to the witch cult. We only knew of like the Witch of Greed or Witch of Envy. Sorry, Ekidota fans. We only knew like, oh yeah, like the Witch of Envy was like the worst person in existence. Great. As we get further in, we get little breadcrumbs that there may be more behind that. Like the world isn't just safe now that she's sealed away. Because like the other witches, oh, they were killed. Well, if they were killed, then that means like all the bad guys should be gone, right? But we don't live, or Lagunica, like the world of ReZero, isn't in a utopia. There's still crime, there's still shit that happens, and there's still like this overwhelming sense of like, hey, things are good now, but the person that literally was said to have destroyed half of the world and consumed half of the world is not dead. They're still alive. What? Who's gonna deal with that? If they get out, what the fuck's gonna happen? And then we meet Rem, like we meet the maids. Little breadcrumbs. Oh, they had like a dark bad past. Cool. We meet Roswell, Beiko, Puck. We meet these characters who are so like their backstories are tied so heavily towards or to the witches and these, archbishops, but we don't know any of that shit. Like, because we're like first 2 seasons of ReZero, we're watching it from Subaru's perspective. That's what I think adds to the mystery and like the grandiose like ideas that get introduced, because we only know as much as Subaru does for the first 2 seasons.
Yeah.
And we're just like, well, what the fuck is that? Oh, what the fuck is that? Of course we're gonna go into the mansion not knowing who like Roswell Margrave is. Oh, who's this clown guy? Anyone from like the fucking Kingdom of Lagunica knows like, oh, the clown guy is like the strongest magic user in the kingdom. But Subaru's like, who's this clown guy? And Amelia's like, oh, what?
How do you not know?
Like, what? And
I saw him at first. I went, Hisoka?
yeah, Hisoka vibes. But like, sorry, I'm getting like a little off topic. Like, I like to rant. But so going to the twins, their village was ransacked, destroyed, pillaged by the witch cult. We didn't even really know the name witch cult when we saw the flashback. We just know like, oh, Rem's village got attacked by some people.
Yeah, we just saw Rem like spawn camping Subaru, and I
Yeah.
loved it. I
And,
was
like-
so about it. I was on her side.
It was great. It was great.
Yeah, do it again.
It was fucking amazing. And like, what part of the amazing world building is she was spawn camping him because for some reason Rem can smell the scent of the witch on Subaru. We know now as of season 3, it gets stronger the more he dies because the witch is, just bringing him back, low-key. Like, that's his authority. And the more he's involved with her, like, the more he's gonna smell like her. Like, but I digress. So we get to a point where Rem is so suspicious. Like, oh yeah, I'm going to wake up this boy who just came into the mansion last night. why does he smell like like my ops? Why does he smell like the motherfuckers who fucking killed everybody in my fucking village, my fucking parents, everyone, and like fucking stole, like cut off my sister's horn and made her who she is now, indirectly but directly giving her that inferiority complex, like all that, like all of this shit because of the witch cult. It has been this organization that was being slowly built up to understand how bad of people they are. And then when we get to like the most infamous episode in all of anime, episode 15 of ReZero, when we got to see that like better version of Rem, who now is not trying to fucking kill Subaru, but like actually cares enough, like, you know, to go out of her way to protect him. We see why she has her guard up so much, because the people who destroyed her village and killed all her family, that's who fucking attacked the mansion. And on sight, she was like, look, I got this like premonition shit from like my sister. I know that we're getting like mansion's getting touched. I don't even want Subaru to be there for that. That's why she fucking left him. She leaves him a note because she already knows the damage that's about to be done. Before we even realize how much Rem cares for him, she's already like, look, I want you to live, King. She goes by herself early in the morning.
Then he gets iced, literally.
And so it's like, how can you understand like what characters mean to each other if you don't get to see the different perspectives by him dying? I think the ReZero is about by far the best time travel anime or series, because what it explores the best is seeing the different sides to a character without the main character letting them know that he has seen different sides of them. You don't get to learn a character by them saying like, oh, sorry about that, I was a little upset because, you know, woo woo energy. It's like, dude, you get to learn the backstory by getting different pieces of different loops, and you put that together, because that's all Subaru can do. He may not know the full backstory of Rem and Ram, but what the viewer knows is the people that attacked were wearing hoods. He goes back. Episode 14. All of these people in hoods surround him. Eerie fucking music. Bows. Dips. What the fuck was that?
Like, you good?
Us as viewers, we recognize them as, oh, those are the people from like Rem's.
Yeah.
Oh. What does he see when he gets to the village? Everyone's fucking dead. No, everyone's fucking dead. Repeat of what happened with Rem and Ram. Reading the note out like to himself in her voice, she's like, yeah, just wait for me to come back. And as he stares at her dead fucking body, and this was because of the witch cult. Fast forward, enough deliberation. We meet the guy who made all of this shit happen in a fucking cave while the main character is tied up in chains after being kidnapped. He's like, so who are you? Are you Pride? And we're just like, we can't even see his face yet. We're like, who the fuck is this? He's like, oh, I'm besides myself. Like, allow me to introduce myself. The very first time that we met a modern day witch. The people who were said to have been killed 400 years ago, this is the new generation first like witch that we've gotten to meet. Oh, my name is Betelgeuse Romanicanti. And we're just like, who is this motherfucker biting his fucking fingers, like fucking punching out his own subordinates? Like, this is a witch? Wait, what the fuck are you? And we see what damage he can do, and this was just one of them.
He's like a low tier.
He was the weakest one. And season 1 was just the build up to understand that the witch cult is a threat, and like, oh, who the bad guys are, right? Subaru, he despairs so much just to beat the weakest one, barely. Skip to season 3, when we're fighting damn near all of them, but everyone's involved. Arc 5, I know this was a super long-winded, but like Arc 5 is actually insane when you think about it. Because every major character is low-key 1v1ing or group v1ing
They're jumping.
like
They're
different,
jumping them.
yeah, like because you have to,
Yeah.
like so that's why this series is so fucking insane to me, bro. Like, if you just finished season 1, and I told you like, okay, could you imagine like Reinhardt, like, and every other fucking royal candidate, like royal selection candidate, could you imagine what it looked like if all of the royal candidates, like the 5 of them, were to fight 5 of the witch cult archbishops after season 1?
And the Reinhardt ones are clear. Like, he wipes whoever he's going against.
Yeah, but you'd be like, I mean, we don't even know if there's others. We just know about that one, but we can assume there's other ones. We meet half of the fucking organization in season 3. And they're
Reinhardt to
busted.
the moon.
And they're busted. Yo, yeah, like
He just started talking. He just tossed him like, "Get the fuck out
he was
of
like,
here!"
I probably won't be back for a while.
That's why I was like, he should do that to Regulus. Just fucking toss him into the sky. Like, you know what? You can't fight if you are not here. Fuck out of here,
dude. It's such an amazing series, and like chat, you guys know I like to talk a lot about ReZero, so I'm not gonna try and make this like any longer than it has to be, but I want people to understand just how good Arc 5 actually is. Like, if anything, like for this reaction video, like, you know, we can go through like some moments after this, but like I just wanted it to be known that Arc 5 is actually really fucking insane. It is so fucking good. Hold on, chat, I gotta blow my nose. I'm gonna like pause briefly. But yeah, like, it's because people know, like the people who have read it, know how good Arc 6 is, and, like, you know, in hindsight, can appreciate how great Arc 4 was. The further you get into ReZero, every arc becomes better. Like, every single arc. There are things that happen in Arc 1 and 2 I can't even really, like bring up, because it's relevant to shit, like, way later. For example, like something that like everyone like knows if they're in season 3. One of the biggest things actually that I'd say is Roswaal hired Elsa to steal Amelia's insignia, gave her a magical cloak that can repel one magic attack, no matter how powerful it was. That's why she wears that cloak. When she got iced, that's when you saw like she took off the cloak and it was like it just kind of like evaporated because she used it. In season 2, we don't see her with the same cloak because she's not using it, even though she's still hired by the same guy. We realize like, oh, wait a minute. If Roswaal said that he orchestrated everything that happened in season 1, that means he was the villain of season 1 the whole time. Like, it wasn't just Beetlejuice. Like, when we find out that when Roswaal announced that Amelia was going to be like fighting for the throne, of course the witch cult's gonna like take interest and be obsessed. Of course. He literally said it verbatim. Oh, I let all those things happen. That's why he fucking up and dipped. And that's why he couldn't be found for like the later half of season 1. He knew what was happening. He was like, because he knew that Subaru can redo things, he was like, I'm about to have you do all this. But like, he's gonna be manipulating shit from behind the scenes.
Bro turned Subaru into a slave. Just went,
yeah.
You're gonna do this for me and you are not getting paid.
and people don't realize that it's like Subaru not being able to tell people about his authority, and yes, it's an authority, is actually fucking to his benefit. Because if people knew that he can redo shit, look at the one who already fucking knows. He's already trying to fucking make him spawn camp shit.
Yeah.
Like, he's trying to turn him in, like, make him into, like, his image to do what he wants, just to get his outcome for, like, what he wants. And who is this indirectly benefiting at the end of the day? Whose guidance is Roswaal going by? Echidna. The nigh omniscient fucking being in ReZero. The one who literally has the entirety of the world's history in a book that she made from her authority. the past, present, future, everything she made. Everything that happens in ReZero up until season 3 was dictated and planned by Echidna because she saw it all. She could predict it all because that's part of her authority. She's like the most intelligent person in ReZero because she's nigh omniscient by having access to literally what is called the memories of the entire world. And that's how she's able to make the defective versions of her authority, being the Tome of Wisdom that only Roswaal and Byakuya has. Byakuya stopped giving her like fucking answers, but Roswaal was like, "Oh yeah, I got you, King." And Pandora made defects of that to give to the archbishops. That's how they know where to be and when to be at certain spots, roughly. So when you think about it, Echidna, she's just like sitting there in the background because, you know, we know she's like the souls of all the witches are still like alive. Like they exist, but they're not alive as like physical bodies. They're in like the pocket dimension that is Echidna's tea party. They're literally just all there because like when all the witches were dying, Echidna like grabbed all their souls and was like, "Oh, I got y'all. Man, just stay here with me because it's gonna be necessary for later." And she fucking gets out at the end of season 2. Like, there's so much happening that when you think about it, you're like, God damn. So like, even if we deal with this is still an issue. Because it's like, bro, everything has been dictated by Echidna up until this point. She's already, like, kind of, in a sense, achieved her immortality. Roswaal figured out how to do it, like, for someone who doesn't have the power of a witch, you know, by, like, just possessing his future generations and shit. But at the end of the day, what's Roswaal trying to do? Revive her. What did she do? She revived herself.
I got it.
Like, and, like, he's still trying to bring her back. And she's like, I'm good, but I'm not gonna say shit. like,
I got that on me. I can do it myself.
like, bro, like what the fuck? So it's like, there's so much shit that's going on that it's insane. But I'm gonna quickly go through. We're gonna scrub through different moments of the episode. So I'm gonna say right now that Lust being able to transform into, I love that shot, by the way. I kind of like how her shit's sitting and hanging a little bit, even though they're not really great. Like, all right, anyway, so it's like, if you take someone who's literally able to change form at will, like voice form, like all that stuff, even to a degree, like knows like the personalities of like these different people, like that could be extremely traumatic on someone having to like try and fight that. Like if you like wanted to kill someone, you know, to fight them, like, all right, we're running hands right now.
And then
I'm
you
gonna
turn into your mom.
Yeah, or like whoever like your most loved or cherished person in your life is, like, it may not be so easy to disassociate the image of what's in front of you with like what it actually
like you
is.
have to, but you can't.
Yeah, and that's extremely rough. I'm not gonna go into Felix and Crush's backstory. I know a little bit about it, but I actually haven't even read that EX story yet. Like that's an EX novel that goes into how like I'm very mild spoiler for Felix and his abilities, but to my knowledge, Felix is actually able to resurrect himself if he died, and it was showcased in this EX novel. Like if he like, let's say like got like blown up, he'd be able to revive himself. So very minor spoiler, but I haven't even read that novel yet. That knowledge doesn't really impact how I like go about, you know, thinking about Felix's character and whatnot, because he's not necessarily able to do the same thing to other people. He's not able to bring people back from the dead. But understanding that, like, hey man, this is someone who, like, the EX story I think was about how he met Krush and like his situation beforehand, why he's so like in love with her and stuff, like, you know, because we just assume. It makes you understand each character even more. Like, even right now, I haven't even read the fucking shit, but I understand Felix and his emotions towards Cruz a lot. I can understand why he wouldn't want to continue the pact, or oh my god, that shot. Ooh, bro came in aura farming like fuck. But I can understand why Felix didn't want to continue no, it's not called a pact, the alliance between the Amelia camp, because there was already so many uncertainties. Them having one rush in with the witch cult and they like overcame it immediately after. What happened to Krush? She got her memories eaten because of her interaction with the Amelia camp. I understand that Felix would want to protect his queen, because like he's her knight. He may be like a support knight, but like he's still a fucking knight, and he's her main knight. I get that. And even though he's a healer, the first thing that fucking happens to her, like in like after like the royal election started, she lost all her memories. He literally can't do anything about it. What's the next fucking thing that happens? She goes in to fight with Subaru, or alongside Subaru and Julius. They fight Lust. Boom, bang, bing. Oh, I need to rewatch like the fucking opening. What happens? She's now in this fucking state where
she's in a coma. She's cooked. Like...
Yeah, and it's like she can't even fucking get up and do anything, and like there's no known way to cure or fix her, because the best healer in the entire country can't do shit to save her, and that's his queen. He's her knight. Imagine how he feels. He can't even fight. He's just stuck there, just like playing support, but he can't even support the person that he loves and cares about the most. The one he's literally trying to fight for. Like, it really just gives you perspective. You don't have to, like, know everyone's backstories in full. Like, you don't have to have read all of, like, the side shit. I haven't read all the side shit. And I'm, like, a fucking massive ReZero, like, fanboy. But I can understand, based on how the shit's written, damn, Felix is down bad. I get why he keeps fucking, like, crashing out when shit happens to Krush. Because he can't do anything. Like, he's only being proven, like, each situation only proves his powerlessness, and he's supposed to be able to heal people and, you know, help people. He's supposed to be able to support people, but he can't even do it to the one that he loves. I digress. I repeated that so many times. I'm sorry. But, again, we go to each different character. Reinhardt, he knows what happened with his grandmother, and how when he inherited his power, that's when his grandmother died on the battlefield. And like how in that moment, like when Wilhelm first came back, he was like screaming, yelling, like, yo, like, this is all your fault, this is all your fault. And this is why they had a strained relationship. It's like there's literally so much. Every single character has an entire backstory. Any character in ReZero could have been the main character, in my opinion. Any one of them. Any one of them. Fucking Garfield. One of the actual main characters. This motherfucker's going through it, bro. Dude, fucking being forced to stay in Sanctuary. You know, no, I'm gonna make this short. Realizing that his mom is actually fucking alive and lost all her memories, like in the start of season 3. Has a new family. She's been gone for 7 years, and that's how old, like, well. He was like a little baby, like, when she, like, fucking left. But she has kids that are roughly the same ages that Garth and Fred would have been if she had stayed around, like, a little bit longer to see them, like, both grow into their adolescence. And their names are literally the reverse of Garth and Fred's. It's Raphael or Raphaelia, and wait. It's Raph and, well, fuck, what's it doesn't fucking matter. But their names are basically like reversed. And it's just like, man, he's going in fighting like fucking Kurgan. This incredibly powerful fucking being that a little bit of backstory, because like it's a little bit from a side story, but Kurgan is from a different country that we will learn more about later in ReZero. He was one of the strongest warriors from this country, but the only reason why he died is because a certain Sin Archbishop came and wiped out half their fucking country.
Dang.
It was Regulus.
Yeah, kinda fits.
So it's like, we're literally sitting here like with characters who have whole ass lore, And until we like, hear more, it's like, oh, okay, sure. Oh, Garfield's just fighting this like random guy. But we know that Garfield reads a lot of books. Like if he were like the equivalent of like a modern day like kid, he would read a lot of manga. He uses a lot of idioms because he likes using cool catchphrases, right? Because he's a fucking 14-year-old who likes manga essentially, but like in the ReZeroverse. He knows of people like Kurgan and how powerful they are, and he's like, oh man, this is like this legendary warrior from a different country. I gotta fight him. Oh, I gotta step up. And what's happening while he's fighting Kurgan? He keeps getting setbacks by the taunting after images or images of Elsa. And he's dealing with so much shit like, oh, his mother's alive, has like a new family. How does he even talk to her? And like, does he feel like he should even bring up that like, oh yeah, I'm your son and you have like a daughter and like we were your first kids and you just lost your memories. Like, how, like, that's a whole nother fucking thing. And him knowing that like, okay, he has like a new kind of like stepdad who is of like an importance to the city. He's like a really big deal, and he was like at the tower that the witch cult took over. It's like, well shit, I gotta make sure like my little siblings are fine. I also gotta make sure that like, oh, for my mom, that her new husband is fine. But wait a minute, why am I here to begin with? To protect Boss and Amelia. He's going through a lot. And because his first interaction with Reinhardt, he got fucking slept. He got, or not slept, but like he got stopped like in every single like every single attack that he did. Like Reinhardt didn't even just like, oh, I got you. Oh, well, they didn't show like the sparring match, but like they sparred. Reinhardt didn't move, was basically doing this the entire time. And that was after he already lost to him. And it's like, yeah, he's now having like an inferiority complex because like, dude, he's supposed to be like the fighter of the Amelia camp. He was like the strongest shield. He's supposed to be the strongest, like for Amelia's camp. He doesn't even land a single hit on Reinhardt. Goes to fight the actual villains. Now he's thinking like, oh, was like my victory over Elsa like a fucking fluke? Like, am I actually that strong? While also dealing with like his familial shit. Like Arc 5 is insane. It's just as much peak. I just want to bring up how significant everything that happens is. And that's honestly it. Like we go into like all these different fights. Regulus able to manipulate like manipulate like matter and everything like however he fucking wants to a degree. I'm not saying that's the exact ability, but like he literally fucking picks up water, grabs it, makes it into like a fucking like huge mass, and then from that he's like, all right, now from a section of this water, I'm gonna spray out fucking water droplets that are coming so fast that they're fucking piercing like the ground like bullets. Like, how do you identify what his power is at that point? You're just like, what can't he do? And Subaru's intelligent ass is like, wait, like Amelia, when he grabbed you, did his hands feel hot or cold? Oh, it felt like nothing. It felt like he was made of nothing, but he was grabbing me. I'm like, oh, okay. And so Subaru's like, wait a minute. Reinhardt, check and see if he has a pulse. Okay. And he made all of like these deductions after like realizing like, oh yeah, wait a minute, you said a little king. Oh, that reminds me of like the Latin term for the star Regulus Corneus. And it's like, oh shit, now that I think about it, all of the archbishops, the modern day witches, are named after stars. Huh. I wonder if, okay, like what? The star Betelgeuse, right? It's like a star in the belt of like the hand of Orion. What is Betelgeuse's ability? The unseen hand. Oh, Betelgeuse, a star in Orion's hand that isn't able to be seen all the time. Oh, unseen. Oh, now I know how to beat this guy. And Subaru did it just like that with Regulus in not even like 5 minutes. I'm not going to glaze But Subaru is way more intelligent and is way smarter than people think that he is. I'm gonna like roughly end it like in the next like 5 minutes with this, but people give Subaru a lot of shit because like why don't you do this? Why didn't you do this in this situation? This motherfucker's dealing with life and death situations every 5 fucking minutes. The fact that he's able to maintain a thought like long enough to figure something out is insane, because I'd be freaking the fuck out. If I knew that within a certain amount of time some fucking big titty bitch was gonna come open up my stomach, do you think I'd want to still be in that fucking city? I'd be fucking out of there, man. If I knew that I was gonna be eaten alive by like fucking thousands of rabbits, do you think I'd want to stay in that same situation or even could think of how to fucking move forward? Like, no. Because when the fuck are them rabbits when are those rabbits coming? Why did they even come to begin with? It's like he deals with so much shit in real time that it's like, okay, he dies and he's like, okay, I gotta figure this out. Oh, dies a completely different way. Oh, that's another problem. Okay, how do I deal with, like, people don't give him enough credit for being able to get out of these situations as a normal human in a world of fucking mythical creatures and dragons and magic. He's literally a normal ass motherfucker who can only die and come back to life. And I think when people understand that, they'll understand that Subaru, like, for what he's able to do is actually inhuman. Like, his mentality, his mindset, not giving up earlier. But I digress. Everything in this episode was peak chat. I'm not gonna make this too much longer because like I just want to yap, man. It like this season it's already been a fucking masterpiece so far, and we have gotten like quite a few episodes. Oh my goodness, man. Like, and I know there's probably gonna be like a good amount of comments like, dude, like anime only, or sorry, novel readers, light novel readers, if you guys make any comments, remember, please preface it with like a spoiler if it's going to spoil anything. Like, don't spoil the anime onlys at all. Like, I don't want to have to start like being super harsh and regulating comments, but you guys have been really good so far as to like not spoil shit without putting spoiler and then like massive like, you know, like little gap. I want people to go into this series like going further, knowing that this shit, it's so hard to predict, but the shit that happens is gonna make fucking history. This arc 5, is literally titled The Stars That Make History. That's the title of arc 5, The Stars That Make History. And as we see, he figures out, oh, big reveal for like the series. All of the witch cult Sin archbishops are named after stars, and their real world origins actually relate to their powers. You can literally look up all of the stars right now, like in the constellations and shit. All of like they're related, yeah. You're gonna look up shit like, ooh, I might know how certain abilities may work. But I digress. And it only gets better from here, guys. I don't want to like hold you guys, but like please do not spoil anything for the anime onlys, especially for arc 6, because like I don't even know how many episodes we're gonna have for the second core, because season 3 is supposed to be at least 3 or 4 cores. The amount of episodes that we're getting for arc 5, I'm pretty sure that arc 6 is going to be double. Like this season, I know, like, correct me in the comments, guys, but like I'm pretty sure we're getting at least like 35 to like about 40 something episodes for this season, and that's given what we already have. The first episode being an hour and a half, and we're getting like over 30 episodes in this season for sure. And a lot of that is gonna be arc 6, but I digress, my guys. This shit's peak. You guys already know it's fucking peak. Like, man, wait. Iris and the Thorn King, I did not even remember that they brought this shit up, man. This shit actually goes fucking crazy. The fight between Regulus and Reinhardt is fucking insane. And you know what's kind of funny? So Reinhardt, he's the strongest character in ReZero, right? He is literally voiced by the same VA as Gojo. So Gojo's VA voiced, at least in this instance, two characters who are the strongest respectively in their verses. Strongest. But one's actually the strongest. But I digress, chat. I do want to ask you, Chaudhry. So, out of like the current fights, I'm gonna say, all right. So it's
Priscilla.
Yeah.
Rush. I guess not Crush.
So that was
Lust, Wrath.
okay. So we're about to get. And this is like definitely one of the things that I remember being extremely hyped. The fight between Al and Capella.
Yeah, I want to see Alex. He's my boy.
So
That's my goat.
So you don't have to say it out loud, but do you remember like what Al's ability is?
No.
Oh, okay. I won't say anything then. See,
I remember some of the stuff you told me about him, but that hasn't been shown yet, I don't think. And
Yeah,
I also
none
don't
of
think-
it's
yeah,
been shown.
And that wasn't his ability, so. Gonna
Okay.
stay away from that topic.
okay. Cause like obviously I don't want to spoil anything for the anime onlys. Like even though I think some anime onlys picked up on this from other shit, but like yeah, I'm not even gonna say what his fucking ability is because as of right now, I don't want to talk about Al. I don't want to talk about Al at all right now. All I want to say though is that like he is one person in a direct conflict right now. Like look at this. Like they are not holding back with the fucking art and animation, bro. Like the level of gore is different than how it was in like the previous seasons. They're showing shit that is like it's more body horror than anything. Oh my god, ow. Oh my god, ow. Oh, we're about to see a crash out. All right, it's like there's so many fights like Al versus Capella, Reinhardt and Subaru versus Reinhardt, Subaru and Amelia versus Regulus. We have Priscilla and Liliana versus Sirius. Oh, that's all we were getting this episode mostly. Okay. And then we have Garf and Wilhelm versus Teresia and Kurgan. We have Julius and Ricardo versus Roy. We have Felt and Otto fighting Liebat and Kados. There are so many fights happening right now at once. What would you say are like the 2 or 3 most exciting fights that you're like looking forward to seeing?
Definitely Al, my boy, my
Okay.
goat. And then I want to see Reinhardt come back. It would be funny as hell if he's just on the moon, like, damn, how'd I get here? On some Goku shit, it's like, damn, I'm far as hell.
She's just like,
And there's pull up, so I want to see Reinhardt pull up again with Regulus. Just kind of like watching him fight because he is the main character.
yeah.
Like, this story centers around Subaru. Reinhardt's the main character, and no one can change my mind.
Oh yeah. I feel that.
Probably those two.
So let's see. The other so you have like Reinhardt, Regulus, and Al and Capella.
Yeah.
So cool thing about Capella and Al's fight, right? So as far as like the anime, we don't know much about what Al's capable of doing, and I'm not gonna like say or explain or elaborate on anything whatsoever. But we do know a little bit about Capella. Capella, she is able to change her shape, form. She has ridiculous regen abilities. You know, as we've seen, like she's gotten maimed and a lot of shit, and she's able to just like get up and like keep going. So, and she mentioned that is because of the dragon's blood. Now we do remember that part of why Roswaal wanted Amelia to succeed in becoming queen is because she would have access to the dragon's blood, like Volcanica's dragon's blood, and he believes that this is what's needed to revive Echidna. Now, we heard a little bit about the dragon's blood because a little bit is currently inside of Subaru.
Yeah.
The dragon's blood also had like a negative effect on Krush, and that's why she's like kind of down bad. But for some reason, the dragon's blood isn't negatively affecting Subaru. Now, we saw like in the previous episode, right after like he got the dragon blood like injected in him, he had actually lost one of his legs, but it completely regenerated because of the dragon's blood. Priscilla pulled up, took a little knife, cut into his like leg meat, and then it just healed.
Yeah.
So something that I'm going to say right now to give you an idea or a possibility of something that could happen and why this is actually like a problem is, although not all of Subaru's body is affected by the dragon's blood, he currently has somewhat of a buff that may impact his ability to die.
Yeah, so then, like, if he keeps on living, if he wants to die at a given point, or if he keeps on living and then hits a checkpoint, it's like, oh, everything's now perma.
Yeah.
And it's just because he can't die as easily.
Right. Like, and it's not like, oh yeah, dying should be his fallback plan, but knowing that because he can now regenerate parts of his body, it'll be harder for him to die.
Yeah.
And that may be a big deal moving forward for this season, guys. If he's unable to die easily, there's a lot that could be set in stone, and he's not going to be able to, like, potentially...
Yeah, like a situation where he would normally die, he could live. And because he lives, he hits another, like, checkpoint. And then suddenly it's like, okay, when you die, now you go back to here. And suddenly it's a bad thing that you could regenerate because you should have been dead normally.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you get your legs cut off, and instead of just bleeding out and dying, you stayed alive. But now that means that half these people got cooked.
Right.
Or, like, everything that was happening, you do not have another chance at. This is all just set in stone. Go next.
And he's not able to see the entire battlefield right now.
Yeah.
So it's like
he doesn't know what's going on for most of what's happening on screen.
Yeah, and when we think about like the old Subaru, which isn't that different from the current Subaru in some ways, if someone who he cherished were to die, he'd waste no time, like, you know.
Yeah, he'd cook himself immediately.
Yeah. But what if he finds out too late what happened? And even if he were able to, like, you know, return by death, because, like, as of right now, he hasn't died in such a long time, we have no idea when the checkpoint's going to be. Because too much has happened.
It could be in the middle of the fight for all he knows.
Yeah. Because, like, we've seen so, like, literally, he's, like, his last death was in either episode 2 or episode 3. And since then, like, we're on, like, episode 10. Hasn't died for, like, 5+ episodes. How much shit happened in these last, like, 6-7 episodes for him to be like, all right, so yeah, I can respawn here, and then us have to see all of that shit happen again. I'm not trying to say anything, but if I'd be surprised if he didn't die again. But it's just, there's just so much that's happening right now. When would be a good...
Yeah.
So, I'm not saying to think that he will not die again, chat. Because this is ReZero. It's called ReZero for a fucking reason. But we have to take into consideration how crazy of fights the side main characters are in right now. A lot of, like, every other main character is essentially fighting another, like, archbishop. And one of the last things, like, I'll end this on before we wrap up, guys, is something that I love about Tape's writing for his characters is he made us understand that these side characters are not helpless.
Yeah.
These are not just like, oh, until the main character comes, they're cooked. Because
So lovely.
because it's almost the opposite, where the main character is the one where it's like, when is somebody else gonna come? Because Subaru's cooked.
He needs the other characters to come in. Reinhardt.
So it's like understanding that the other characters are already established and built up to be so competent. It's like, how would they handle this situation? You know? And could they? And I just love to see that. Like, I love to see that in the writing of ReZero so far. And they strategized on where to put everybody for their respective fights. Liliana, the girl who has telepathy, and like the strong-willed, very seemingly very lucky Priscilla, who has like a lot of power and like abilities, they're fighting serious. The two strongest cards in the deck, being Subaru and Reinhardt, are fighting the invincible fucking Archbishop. Like the matchups really can't get better. Like in my opinion. And we'll just have to see with the next episode and on next Wednesday. Oh my god, it's crazy. Now I'm thinking about it. My off days are Wednesday, and that's ReZero day. Oh. Oh. Here we go. But I know I've been talking quite a lot. Do you have like anything to say, Chaudhry, or like any like opinions about the episode or like the series so far?
No, I mean, I'm excited.
Yeah, it's. I know like I talk a lot, but man, there's only so much you can like say from just like the more fast paced episodes that we've been getting. It's just nothing but smoke. It's been nothing but smoke. But either way, this has been your boy Shaq, aka Black Goku / Natsuki Subaru. I'm my boy Chaudhry's. I will be doing the the web novel readings for chapter 18, 19, 20, and 21 of the of Arc 9. Probably like a little bit later today or tomorrow. Expect the next couple chapters to go up sometime this week. And as far as like the If stories, I am gonna reread the Greed If, but like light novel version, because I know you guys like were telling me that the light novel version has like a couple more chapters. It talks more about Klein and like gives like a bit more detail about some shit. So definitely gonna reread that, go over that, probably have it as a separate upload. And as far as like the next poll, I will be posting the next poll for the next If story reading, probably in the next like 2 days. I'm pretty sure I know what the second one is going to be, because like it was like the second most popular on like the first poll. But gluttony. But yeah, so I'm not gonna hold y'all. I've been yapping for a bit, but stay bricked up, man. ReZero Core 2 of Season 3, it's already been so fucking phenomenal, and I can't wait to see how certain things are animated, because it's just been peak. But not gonna hold y'all. This has been your boy. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Until next time, peace.